Cybersecurity threats are evolving fast, and this week we've seen major attacks targeting businesses, government, and even everyday users. From ransomware groups abusing trusted software to critical vulnerabilities in Dell laptops and the federal court system. I'm Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Live Technical Support. And coming up next, I'm going to break down the biggest security threats and show you what you need to do to make sure that you are protected. There's a major Akira Ransomware group that is abusing an Intel driver and a SonicWall flaw. Akira Ransomware group has been observed abusing a legitimate Intel CPU tuning driver to disable Microsoft Defender and evade security tools and endpoint detection systems. This technique involves leveraging the driver's functionality to bypass defenses, effectively blinding antivirus protection during the attack. This tactic underscores how attackers are increasingly turning to benign software to remain resilient against such evasion techniques. SonicWall has also confirmed that a recent wave of attacks by Akira targeting its Gen 7 and newer firewalls with SSL VPN enabled stemmed from a previously disclosed and patched issue. By the way, if you've been watching A Faster PC Live Technical Support and you're using SonicWall, we warned you about this and warned you to install the updates so that you would be protected. This isn't a new zero-day vulnerability. This is what happens when you don't install the updates that are available. The flaw involves improper access control in the Sonic OS management interface, potentially allowing unauthorized access or crashing the device under certain conditions. Many of the affected devices were compromised due to reused passwords during firmware migrations rather than exploitation of a fresh vulnerability. To strengthen protection, we recommend upgrading the firmware to the latest Sonic OS, which currently is 7.3, which includes enhanced safeguards against brute force and MFA bypass attempts. We've talked quite a bit, and Microsoft Exchange has been in the news quite a bit with the vulnerabilities. Microsoft Exchange has a hybrid flaw that could result in total domain takeover. Microsoft has issued a high severity warning for a vulnerability affecting hybrid Exchange deployments. This flaw allows attackers to gain administrative access to an on-premises Exchange server to escalate privileges in the connected Exchange online cloud environment without leaving obvious logs or triggers. The root cause is a shared service principal identity used for authentication between on-premises and cloud services, which can be spoofed to bypass trusted access. Administrators are urged to apply the April 25 hotfixes. By the way, if you've listened to and watched a Faster PC Live Technical Support, we warned you to do this in April. Administrators are urged to apply the April 2025 hotfixes, carefully reset service principal credentials, and use the Exchange Health Checker to verify configuration. CISA warns failure to mitigate this issue could result in total domain compromise across both on-premise and cloud environments. You do not want your email to be compromised by hackers. Google is acknowledging a data breach via the Salesforce phishing attack. Google has confirmed that one of its corporate Salesforce CRM or contact resource management instances was breached in June as part of a broader campaign by the Shiny Hunter hacking group, targeting organizations via voice phishing attacks to steal customer data. The attackers accessed basic business contact information and notes during a short window before Google halted the intrusion. This incident is part of a larger wave of extortion tactics, with attackers using the stolen Salesforce data to demand ransom and threaten public links when payments are not made. Multiple other major companies have been impacted, and in one case, an organization reportedly paid around $400,000 in Bitcoin to avoid public exposure of their data. The ongoing campaign highlights the serious risk in CRM security practices. We recommend enforcing MFA on all CRM accounts, training your staff on phishing and vishing threats, and monitoring for unusual data access. Dell has a ControlVault flaw that affects millions of laptops, and millions of laptops are at risk. A critical set of firmware vulnerabilities, collectively named Revolt, has been discovered in the ControlVault 3 security module used in over 100 Dell laptop models. These flaws enable attackers, either with physical access or through Windows APIs, to bypass authentication, escalate privileges, or implant persistent malware that survives operating system reinstalls. The affected module handles secure storage of passwords and biometric data, meaning compromised systems could leak highly sensitive credentials. Dell has released patches and issued an advisory urging immediate updates, along with disabling unused services and avoiding fingerprint login on unattended machines. We strongly recommend applying these firmware updates promptly, rotating your passwords, and implementing multi-factor authentication to mitigate potential risk. The federal court system has been hacked and sensitive legal data has been leaked. A sweeping cyber attack has breached the U.S. federal judiciary's electronic filing system, CM/ECF, and PACER, potentially exposing highly sensitive court data across multiple states. The breach, discovered around the 4th of July 2025, has revealed confidential informant identities, sealed indictments, arrest warrants, and other non-public legal filings. The Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts, the FBI, and CISA have all acknowledged the incidents, though the details of how the attackers gained access remains unclear. Nation-state affiliated or criminal actors are suspected, and fewer than 40 judges in the 8th Circuit have already received briefings. The incident underscores long-standing concerns over outdated court infrastructure and follows earlier warnings that the system is unsustainable in the face of growing cyber threats. Authorities are currently working to assess the full scope and severity of the damage. Trend Micro Apex One has been exploited in the wild. Trend Micro has urgently released 2 critical command injection vulnerabilities in its on-premises Apex One management console that are actively being exploited in the wild. This flaw allows unauthenticated attackers to execute arbitrary code remotely without needing valid credentials. While a temporary fix is available for on-premises installation, full patches are expected by mid-April. In other words, they don't have a fix for this yet. Cloud-based or as-a-service versions of Apex One have already received the protections as of late July. Trend Micro strongly recommends immediate application of the mitigation and pending patches to defend against this active threat. Now, you may be out there and you're saying, you know what, this is complicated. I don't understand any of this. I need someone to help me. Well, you need a faster PC. When you have cybersecurity problems or want to prevent them, you need a faster PC. We can come in, we can help you, we can actually determine, we can actually even run a security vulnerability assessment on your system to see how vulnerable your system is. We can actually look at your systems to see if any of these threats apply to you, and if so, we can take proactive measures to protect your computers. Don't go it alone. Hire experts to actually help protect your environment. give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978, or visit our website at fasterpc.com, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me to go over your system and how a faster PC can protect your environment. Again, the website is at fasterpc.com, and our phone number is 772-878-5978. Cybersecurity problems? You need a faster PC.